Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. And bang, Texas adds another commitment to their 2023 class in cornerback Malik Muhammad, a guy who is a top 50 player nationally, one of the best players in Texas, and a top 5 cornerback in his class. There is a lot to like about Malik Muhammad, and there's a lot to like about how this class from Texas is looking in 2023. Guys, before we get into it, just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support you guys have shown the channel. A lot of you guys really liked our Texas preview that we did 2 weeks ago, so go check that out if you guys are interested. But again, if you guys do like the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We appreciate all the support, and it's really been awesome to talk football with you guys in the comment section. Without further ado, let's start talking some Malik Muhammad. There's a lot of things that I like about his game. From just looking at his highlights and reading about his recruiting profile, the one thing I want to know is he plays wide receiver too, and he plays it at a high level. And I think that is one of the most important traits and experiences a cornerback at the collegiate level can have. One of the biggest holes you see in college football players is they do not know how to play the ball in there, especially at cornerback. I know Michigan has many cornerbacks who struggle with that. If you played wide receiver in high school, you know how to play the ball in the air. You're comfortable tracking down the football and playing the football. And that's going to be a skill that Malik Muhammad is going to need to use at the next level. And I think that having that in his tool bag and having played wide receiver at such a high level, I think that's really going to help. The next thing I really like is he's got some track speed. He runs track. It's really hard as a cornerback to cover somebody if you're just simply not faster than them. Malik Muhammad is going to be one of the faster players on the field. He's going to have really good range. So whether he does play safety or whether he plays cornerback, he's going to be able to run with guys in the middle field. He's going to have really, really good range if he's playing safety. And you have to love him coming and having that track background. And the third thing I want to note is just the twitchiness. He's really, really sudden when that ball is in the air and going up and playing the football, breaking on footballs. That's another really important trait that you see. When he puts that foot in the ground, he gets going in the different direction really fast. And that's going to be a massive tool set for him to use. And again, there's a reason this guy's a top 50 player in the country. He's got a good frame. He's got a frame that you can add some mass on. Obviously, 175 pounds. Probably will be playing around 200 when he gets to Texas. There's a lot to like about this player, but more importantly, there's a lot to like about this Texas class. What I want to know, and we talk about this a lot, is how important it is to get a guy like Arch Manning early in the 2023 class. People want to go play with greatness, and Arch Manning is one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best recruits we've seen at the high school level. And when Arch Manning committed, it was a flood of guys who were committing and wanting to go play with Arch Manning. Jonte Cook being one of the guys. Jonte Cook, by the way, is going to be an absolute stud for Texas. There's some young receivers on Texas now, but there's some guys like Jonte Cook that coming in the pipeline that will be very, very special, paired up with guys like Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers. What you got to see is Steve Sarkisian is coming in and doing a phenomenal job acquiring the talent. Obviously, last year, 5-7 year was not ideal for the start of his tenure, but you can't knock his what he's bringing in. He's got a top 3 class in 2023, and he had a top 5 class in 2022. And what I want to mention is Texas has always had good athletes on the outside. What he's really trying to develop is the defensive side of the ball and the offensive line. Devin Campbell, Calvin Banks in the 2022 class. You also could add Nedu Umezelo, Terrence Brooks at the cornerback spot. And then in 2023, you have some guys that you absolutely love on the defensive side of the ball. Derek Williams, Malik Muhammad, some guys that are really talented. And quite frankly, Texas needs to play better defense, especially as they transition into the SEC. And getting that talent on the defensive side of the ball is a number one priority for Steve Sarkisian, excuse me. His name always ties my tongue. But he's doing a great job acquiring that talent and making it happen. Guys, wanted to keep it short for you guys. Appreciate the support you guys are on the channel. Again, if you guys do like the content, consider subscribing. We appreciate it. And we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.